What an idiot. Sorry. All right. You can hear me now. Welcome, everybody, to our NBA draft. Second round. Live watch along. Thank you so much for joining me for another day here. Really appreciate it. We had some fun yesterday, for sure. Great stream yesterday for the first round. In the wake of the pick, maybe we had a little bit less fun because some people were upset by the pick, upset by the selection. But I hope people have slept on it. Things are emotional right when it happens. Hopefully, people have slept on it. They've looked back and kind of gone now, well, okay. We got a good player here. We're excited. It kind of reminds me of the Scotty Barnes draft where people were really upset after that selection, but they slept on it. And they woke up, said, this guy's a great player. He'll be fine. Raptors ended up having drafted the Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Kind of worked out a little bit there. So hopefully this one works out as well. Murray-Boyles is a good player, and I think he'll be a good player for the Raptors. I think the biggest thing that I didn't really mention enough, and I guess it was helpful to have watched Bobby Webster's press conference after the draft. It was like every video I do where I talk like a little bit about fit over talent. I mean, it's talent over fit, but any video I mention fit at all, those comments that are like talent over fit, period. Like just take the most talented player. People say that, and then when the Raptors take who they believe is the most talented player, people freak out because it isn't the best fit available. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we got a lot of wings. I consider Murray-Boyles kind of like more of like a big right now, but a wing or a big. Anyways, the Raptors, Bob Webster said that was the player they thought was the most talented available, so they took him. And they're going to bet on themselves to develop him. And on top of that, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. My smoothie. They drafted the best player available. They, on top of that, thought that he was going to go earlier than that. When Bob Webster said he believed that they thought he was going to go earlier, I chuckled a bit. I mean, what's he going to say? No, we didn't. We didn't think he would go earlier. I don't know. I don't really see anybody who would have... I don't really see anybody who would have taken him before us. I feel like we were his ceiling, but, whatever. They're pumping his tires a little bit. That's fine. Anyways, hopefully people have settled down on this one. They took who they thought was the best player available. I'm going to trust Bobby Webster and Masai Ujiri more than Raptors fan 123 on Twitter, right? So, we got to trust them with it. They believe they got the best player. The Raptors have continuously made bets on these versatile defenders who have a lot of switchability, who may not have the best shot, maybe not the best three-point shot, but they've bet on themselves on numerous occasions to develop that part of their game. And it's been a winning bet on like a lot of occasions. Like you would not if you went to Siakam's draft, you would not believe how good of a shooter he is now compared to when they selected him. That type of thing. Drinking a smoothie, yeah. I got my snack in. I got some. I've been working, and I got some more work to do after this, and I got to do a video after this for the guy we take. Anyways, guys, how y'all doing? What are we saying? Pretty fun stream overall yesterday. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who watched the video today. Video's going pretty well, so hopefully keeps moving in that direction. Yeah, what do we make of the draft? I think I didn't quite. So a couple things that a couple of things from yesterday that I didn't quite realize at the time. So the Pelicans, I told you guys pre-draft, I said the Pelicans want Derek Queen at 7. They're going to take him at 7, it looks like. That plan changed when Jeremiah Fears unexpectedly fell there. But then the Pelicans took Derek Queen at 13. Now, what I hadn't realized, what the Pelicans traded up to get that 13th overall pick. They traded their 23rd overall pick and a first round pick. I think it is for next year, but like a future first to move up and get Derek Queen. And like, I gave them credit because like, wow, they wanted him at 7, they got him at 13, but I didn't realize how much they had traded to get him. I mean, are the Pelicans not going to be like one of the worst teams in the NBA this year? If they traded, they traded one of their own picks down the line to move up 10 spots to get, like, of all people, get Derek Queen, respectfully. That is a big bet. Absolutely big bet. Let me try to find the original reporting on that trade to confirm this, but like that is a big bet to go and get Derek Queen, man. For real. Let's find it. Unprotected 2026 first round pick. Dude. Who do they think they are? They traded their own, that's going to have, I think that is going to have an above 10% chance of being the first overall pick. I think that's going to be, I think they're going to be a bottom 5 team in the NBA. What are they think? I mean, Atlanta were probably laughing their asses off. Move back 10 and get your pick for next year? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I didn't realize how bad of a fucking trade that was. That is seriously gonna be a top 5 spot in the lottery. Is it not? Am I wrong? What were they thinking, man? That's crazy. Another thing I hadn't realized at the time. Jazz traded up to get Walter Clayton, which I didn't realize, which is strange for a team that has a lot of guards already, but I guess they really like Walter Clayton. Another thing, the Brooklyn Nets used all 5 of their first round picks, did not make a move, and like, I don't love any of their picks. Like, I feeling like, I don't know. We'll see. But like, I wasn't super in love with any of their picks. Like, I kind of liked Danny Wolf. Maybe at 27, that's fine. But like, the rest, I don't know. Igor Denim was early. I like him, but that's early to take him. And I didn't realize Asen Newell went 23rd to the Hawks. Man, the Hawks got a very interesting team next year. Very, very interesting for sure. All right. Let's say what's up to the people in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Very much appreciate it. Drop a like, get us started if you are ready to go for today. Help drive us up in the YouTube algorithm. Does make a very large difference to help and get this stream out to more and more people. And subscribe if you're new. I got some work in the background here, which just getting something uploaded, so I can just leave it in the background. All right. All done. Sorry, just closing some stuff. All right. Let's say what's up to the chat. North Fish says, what bigs would potentially be available at 39 for us? I got to be honest out the gates, guys. This season, this year, I have been less locked into the draft than I have been in previous years. So I am not... I'm not as informed on who the Raptors could take in this spot. I know Johnny Broom could be available in this spot. Decent player, senior though, out of Auburn. I know of him who could be available here. Hanson Young is not available here. The Blazers reached up to get him at 16, but I don't think the Raptors are going to be looking at that. They're going to look at best player available like they did yesterday. We have Daleberry Sports Highlights joining us. Gelosity, Winner 1, Crazy in 20, Alamdar Kissat, the North Fish Fed and say. Knife Yada jumping in, saying that the Suns have been aggressive this draft. Aggressive a little bit in moving up. They're apparently moving up to get Rasheer Fleming with the 21st overall pick. He is a power forward out of St. Joe's. So imagine he's going to be going 31st overall here. That's why the Suns moved up. Their aggression, though, may not have been in the right spots yesterday. Another thing I didn't really clue in, they traded for Mark Williams and also drafted Common Malwatch. And it's like they already traded for Nick Richards last season. You got a lot of problems to address in your team. I know the center position is one of them, but to use all of your resources just to get two centers felt strange to me. I posted a comment on your CMB video saying we should trade Grady Dick for Walker Kessler. I mean, not crazy. I don't know if the Jazz would do that, but that's not crazy. I mean, it addresses a bit of a positional need. Though you'd have him off the bench. Grady Dick would have a bigger role. I don't know if I'd do that. Now I think about it. That's not crazy, though. Do I see a trade happening today? In the NBA? Yes. With the Raptors? No, I don't. Red Line says Raptors should have picked a center. Like I said, they drafted best available. Talent over fit. People say talent over fit until the team actually drafts talent over fit. Then they get mad that the player doesn't fit. Let's see. Man from Toronto says unprotected. Yes, unprotected pick. Nameless joining us saying CMB will be a more talented version of OG, possibly even Kawhi-like when he learns to shoot. Well, hopefully he gets that shot up. People more in tune with the draft than me really like this pick. The people that are really into the draft, scouting all season, know more than me. Those people are this is a great player, really nice selection by the Raptors. We'll see. Does Boston have their own pick? They used their own pick at 28 yesterday, did they not? I do not have a draft board for the second round. Unfortunately, I barely had time to make the first round one. I haven't slept a lot lately. I did not have time to dig into the second round, unfortunately. I'm pretty much going to be winging this one. I apologize. Usually I'm much more equipped. This year, I just did not have the time. My role at work is a lot larger this year than it was at this time last year, so it is what it is here. Ronnie M says, I swear people will root for a CMB to be bad just so they can say they're right about it being the wrong pick. Absolutely. Absolutely. I roast a lot of things about the Raptors. I don't like their head coach. I would rather Darko does a good job than be right. I'd rather he does a good job and the Raptors do well. Wow, the NBA draft stage for today, round 2, looks way nicer than it did last year for round 2. Last year for round 2, it was like a just like a small room, like without even a stage. It was really weird. I really don't understand the draft picks for Brooklyn. I thought they were going to trade some of their picks. Well, it's a team that's kind of starting brand new, and they're just taking a bunch of shots, but 5 rookies, yeah, I probably would have tried to package a couple at least to move up. Got to pick for fit in the second round. No, you don't. You can just draft for talent like the Raptors always do, and I imagine they still will do today. But they may feel more inclined to go for a center. We'll see. I guess second round you have more leeway for it. Top 10 pick, really, yeah, it should be best available no matter what. My issue with CMB is, if you've seen his combine three-point shooting, he has bad shooting mechanics, especially that he flicks his thumb on his guide hand when he shoots. That's not an easy fix. Yeah, I did note it in the video I did today. Not a great shooter. Actually, I don't think I did note the mechanics that people have criticized. The Raptors have bet on themselves before, and they've won that bet before, like I said. What do I think about Wolf? Decent. It's, like, it's not every day you have a point guard who can handle the ball. Sorry, a center who can handle the ball pretty much like a point guard. But it's tougher for that player to get to a level to be super effective in the NBA. We'll see. I like the prospect. Manjeet says, I enjoy listening to your podcast. Thank you for watching and listening. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't call it a podcast, though. Do I like the Raptors pick? I don't know. Maybe check out that 20-minute vid I dropped this morning. 20 minutes. Go ahead. I'll have a look. Raptors rotation is pretty much locked in, so I don't know this pick will even make a difference this year unless we trade RJ. I mean, even if they do, I don't know. People are talking about this Ryan Kalkbrenner fella out of Creighton. I remember watching a little bit of him, not much, but you can't teach. What is he, like 7'3", 7'2"? One of the older players, but with that height, you can maybe find a way to get them involved early. I wonder how many people are looking at Hansen Young, the Chinese guy that the Blazers drafted. Always funny when a player is in the stand when they get drafted because they were like a reach by the team. If I'm not mistaken, but if you remember correctly, Christian Brown was one of those and ended up being quite good. So, Mohammed, long story short, yes, Colin murray-boyles was not my top choice, but he is a good player. I think will do well for the Raptors. Calvera's rebounds are bad. Well, we got a lot of other players who can do it, hopefully. Let's see. I don't think the Raptors are going into this draft thinking like we need to find a center. I do not at all believe that to be the case. I picked up some IPAs from Halo Brewery in the Junction. You ever tried this stuff? Gonna crack one for tonight's live. Unfortunately, I've not. I haven't even heard of it. Halo Brewery. I have not. Maybe I'll have to try one day. How far is the Junction? I mean, that's a little far for myself, but... Maybe one day I'll venture over, or I'll be in the area. Give it a go. Let me know what they taste like, if they're good. Markovic, I'm telling you, this pick, Boswingos says, look him up. 19-year-old Serbian, 6'11", 40% shooter. So projected in that area, similarly around the Raptors. He's listed as a power forward here. Not every day a center, 6'11" player shoots 39% from three. Most occasions, one of my least favorite. I guess the issue with Markovic is that he's going to be really bad at defending in the NBA, which typically not Raptors style to pick a guy like that. But I don't know what their thought process is going to be here. The Timberwolves apparently had an auction for the 31st overall pick. You know, we could have done that last year, but we didn't end up doing it. Yannick Conan Niederhauser is currently a player that could be looked at for the Raptors as well. That's another center the Raptors could be interested in. Does not shoot. But can protect the rim a little bit, seems. What was up with Ace Bailey last night? What do you mean? Like the pick? Markovic could have some Darko connection. Darko just gets what he's served. Darko is not isn't out here telling them who to select though. I mean, does the coach? I wouldn't say the coach has no say, but front office handles that biz. Oh, Conan's gone. Well, there you go. I guess that was near the end of the first when I had signed off for the night. Well, never mind then. My apologies. A seemed disinterested. Well, he went to a destination he did not want to go to, so that was actually a player who got drafted to a place they did not want to go. Unlike the sentiment that has been portrayed in regards to Colin Murray-Boyles. If Toronto gets a WNBA team, Kyle, I've got good news for you. Like, you don't need to imagine. Toronto does have a WNBA franchise, pal. Good news. Imagine. I don't need to. They have one. So yeah, imagine that. Not to continue to harp on this, but I just to like have seen the full context around Murray-Boyles. If you still believe he was upset when he got selected, you like just don't give a fuck about the truth and just want to be upset. There's plenty of evidence, video of it. He was happy. Yeah, I don't know if the Toronto Temple will draft this girl to safety. I don't think they will. I think they're gonna try and handle the business of their franchise, but that'd be a fun story. How's it gonna work? She's in South Carolina. He's in Toronto. I don't know. That's an interesting one to see if it will continue through. And then Jalen Suggs. Didn't Jalen Suggs do that though with Haley Van Lith? Is that it? We type in Jalen Suggs HAI first, and it comes up as hairline rather than Haley Van Lith. Yeah, okay. Oh, I guess it worked out for them, so see if it works out for CMB. Some people just want to create an era for social media. Yeah, I agree. Like Six Buzz is gonna like post an out of context video to drum up engagement and just farm engagement, whatever. But it's like, when it comes to like somebody who has like a following, let's say, in sports media, when it comes to somebody like that, the onus is on you to like dive a little bit more into the context of it. Like, it's one thing for some 14-year-old to see that and just like get triggered, but like for somebody who has a job in sports media to see that and take it out of context, very annoying. I don't know why I was so upset. Fuck. I don't even know why the fuck I cared so much. You know what? I know why I care. It like, the first impression this guy has of the fan base is a flood of negative interactions in his Instagram comments and people saying that doesn't want to be here. And every comment under any post about him is trade him, trade him, trade him. Awesome first impression of the fan base. The Tempo will begin playing regular season games next May after some April preseason. Really looking forward to cheering on the Tempo and Raptors with games every month to be played by the team. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Tempo playing. I hope it's not too expensive to go watch the Toronto Tempo. I'm hoping it's affordable. Judging by their merch prices, it won't be. It'll be more expensive than I think it will be. But I think the WA franchise can do really well here. I think it's going to get a lot of people going out to games. I hope to be out at some games. I love basketball, and I would love for there to be success for a Toronto basketball franchise. She has a better three-point percentage than him. He's got to learn from his girl. Hey, maybe she can get in the lab with him. Not bad. Hey, you do some training at home with your girl. That doesn't sound like a bad thing. Yeah, the venue for the second round here is much, much, much nicer than last year. Like, unbelievably nicer compared to last year. Seriously. It looked like a airport, like, meeting room, conference room last year. Sorry, like an airport hotel conference room type thing. Should have been called the Toronto Pterodactyls. I get from their perspective, they wanted to create their own identity and didn't want to associate with like dinosaurs and raptors. They want to build their own identity, which makes sense. That's why they didn't do Toronto Huskies. Second round, always on a different day. It is as of last year. Yeah. It is now. We got Mark Tatum, Deputy Commissioner of the NBA, hosting as always for the second round. We have a new subscriber. Yang Ron, welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Army. For a genius marketing decision, had the Fever play against the Tempo in their first ever game. Well, I mean, if they can, like, Toronto would be lucky to have that. Second round underway. Timberwolves apparently on the clock. It's so fucking dumb that they say the Timberwolves are on the clock because the Phoenix Suns are on the clock because they are making this selection. Yeah, we all know this pick is going to the Suns, so why do they announce he's going to the Timberwolves? Why is Rasheer Fleming about to get drafted and put on a Minnesota Timberwolves hat when he's going to be a Phoenix Suns player? Very dumb. Very dumb. I don't know. Prospects here. I honestly, I gotta hold my hands up and say, I'm not equipped to tell you who the best available guys are here. I'm just interested to see who the Raptors go for as far as the position is concerned. It's cold here. Let me turn my AC off. It is goddamn cold in here. I like the optimistic Kawhi Leonard comparisons for Murray-Boyles. We do need a nickname for him. I don't know. CMB doesn't roll off the tongue, and Murray-Boyles is a mouthful. So we need to come up with some nickname for him. Anybody got anything good? Drop your Colin Murray-Boyle nicknames in chat that aren't CMB. I saw RCMB, which was kind of funny. Play on RCMP, Royal Canadian Mountie Police. Cash Money Boyles. I like that. Not that you can use that a lot, but if he hits like a big shot, Cash Money Boyles is good because it's still the initial CMB. I like that. CB, I guess I could call him Colin Boyles. Big Dog Boyles. Just going. Have we made any picks yet? No. Nobody's made any picks yet. He actually is a good right-handed. People are saying he's one-handed. He looked fine to me with both hands. He's a bit lefty dominant, but he looked fine with both hands to me. Especially like down low finishing, he's got to maybe sharpen up a little bit because he's finishing through contact a lot. Raptors have the 39th overall pick today. I will likely be live until the 45th pick. And then I need to finish my work for the day for my job. And I need to do a video about the player the Raptors select. So I'm not going to be sitting here watching a bunch of randoms I don't know get drafted like 46th overall to the Orlando Magic or whatever. But Raptors have pick 39. I know he's a lefty. I'm just saying he seems to be willing to use both hands. $25 seconds to go before we hear the pick. So Phoenix, like what they saw with this guy, Rasheer Fleming, they're willing to trade up to get him. I mean, the Timberwolves, like, what a blessing of a spot to be in for them, because they're able to auction this off, as we said. Mark Tatum at the podium, 31st pick. Yeah, Rasheer Fleming selected 31st overall. So great moment for him. Maybe like a slight level of, damn, like so close to being a first round pick, but he's going to a spot where the team really wanted him because they gave up the assets to get him here, so they feel like they got a guy they like. Don't we have 2 picks? Not to my knowledge. No. Just 39 for the Raps. I don't have any strong opinions on who the Raptors take here. Let's just see who they end up with. Fleming guy is a very interesting one. Would have been a fun one for the Raptors to maybe take here. A lot of spots had him going in the first round, slipped a little bit. So Phoenix get the guy. Phoenix get a guy they really like. They got a lot of wingspan out of these 2 picks. Malawash is like 7'7" wingspan, and Fleming's like 7'5" wingspan. Let's see. Apparently the Pelicans offered the Raptors a 23rd pick, and I'm going to take the first round pick for next year for our pick. Oh, man. Oof. For the 9th pick, I don't know if I would have wanted to do that. So they were moving up. So they were getting Derek Queen. I mean, they wanted Derek Queen badly, didn't they? Man. So we go for Markovic, 6'11" forward. I don't think the Raptors will go for a guy who's not a very sound defender. Mobo, I feel like will struggle to get consistent play time this season. Thoughts on Rocco Zikarski? I don't have a lot of thoughts on this guy. I don't know. I don't know. Super young player. So they'd have to develop. Not sure they'd throw another center into the pipeline. We'll see. I don't know. They're not afraid to take more polished players in the second round. I guess we saw last year. I mean, they took Shamshay late, but Mobo and Shed were further along in their development. I'm not sure how they're going to go here. Do we have one Blazer pick? Yes, we have the Portland Trail Blazers second round pick. That is the pick we are using here. Okay. Orlando moving up from 46 and 57 to get this pick at 32nd overall from the Boston Celtics today. So Orlando have identified something that they like in this spot. These second round picks, man, they just get passed around. Since you're looking to make the playoffs this year, is there anyone we can bring in to help quick with floor duties? Well, a lot of that role is going to have to fall on Jamal Shed. I'm sure there's going to be some point guards in this region the Raptors would be interested in. Could be interested in. But I don't have a strong enough sense to tell you guys which way they should go here. Could be Broom. We talked about him earlier. Could be him. Somebody that's a little bit more polished as a senior. Put up a really, really good year with Auburn. Has like maybe some chance to still be able to develop a shot, but more polished player for the Raptors to add in. That's certainly an option. That's certainly an option. All right, Mark Tatum at the podium. Here we go. 32nd pick. Noah Panda. Or Ponda. Yeah, Ponda is French. Noah Ponda. Selected by the Boston Celtics for the Orlando Magic at 32nd overall. So Orlando going with a forward to add to the mix. Coming out of France. So one of those versatile athletic forwards. It seems like that the Magic have added here with Ponda. Can see why they would want to go in that direction. But the Magic have moved up from 46 and 57 to get him here. Might be a bit of a cost-cutting maneuver from the Celtics. But also the Magic must have really liked her. Oh, it's 46, 57, and 2 future second-round picks. So the Magic have given up 4 second-round picks to get Ponda here. They must really like him. They must really like something here. Yeah, Magic must really like him. Absolutely. 140 plus viewers for the second round. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Very much appreciate that. We're at 26 likes. We got 140 people here. Hey, come on, y'all. You haven't hit that like button. Please make sure you do so. 26 likes. Like, we got to bump those numbers up. Let's get this stream to 100 likes today. Smash that like button if you're excited for what the Raptors accomplished in the offseason here. The East is very, very open. His name is French. I know how it's spelt. But if it's P-E-N. And he has a very strong French accent. So if you pronounce Penda with a French accent, it'd be Panda. And that's how Mark Tatum just pronounced it. So I'm going to go with what Mark Tatum said. Appreciate it, Pav. Thanks so much for watching the channel. I don't know, man. Take it up with Mark Tatum for how he pronounced it. Is that how you pronounce it? I'll rewind. I got time to rewind, don't I? All right, let's go back. Did I say it wrong? Oh, he did say Penda. My bad. All right, Noah Penda. My bad. No, but I promise they don't just throw the deputy commissioner on stage. I know I said it wrong, but they don't throw the deputy commissioner on stage and give him these random names. They give him the phonetic spelling. So yesterday I did not believe Asenge was how you pronounce that name. But I guess it's the same. It's the EN. It's Penda, so maybe it is. Anyways. Kung Fu Panda. I mean, that's just the easiest nickname of all time, isn't it? Murray-Boyles. Now, there we have some difficulties. And he's got, like, and I don't mean to disrespect the first name Colin, but, like, you know, a lot of NBA players, we just refer to them by their first name. You know, LeBron, Ja, Scotty, plethora of others. Colin just doesn't really do it for me. You know, I'm not just going to call this guy Colin, am I? Like I'm going to call Scotty Barnes Scotty, or I'm going to call RJ Barrett RJ. Right? Colin doesn't really do it for me as a short for Colin Murray-Boyles. So we'll see what we have to do with that name. Gotta be one of the hardest parts of being a broadcaster, streamer, remembering the names, let alone pronouncing them correctly. So when I used to do basketball commentary for my university on local cable, if I was able to, I would go to the opposition's assistant coach or something, and I would get them to give me the pronunciation of all the names on their roster before the game started. And every game I would have, I would learn, but for the first game of the season or early in the season, I'd have my own school's roster and the phonetic spelling for all the players. I would have that sheet for every game. Actually, they would supply that. But I would always go to the opposition's assistant coach and get the pronunciation of their team's names. I would hope that NBA broadcasters are provided that, but like, I mean, some of the ways I've heard OG Anunoby pronounced, I wonder if they do get that sheet. Anunoby or something, I've heard. All right, 33rd pick. Who are the Charlotte Hornets taking? Sion James. All right. A player that I have actually heard of. So Sion James, a good perimeter defender in the point guard spot out of Duke. Hard-nosed sort of player. This is a type of guy that can maybe keep himself on the court with maybe a little bit of physicality and whatnot. Some point of attack defense, maybe ability to play up a little bit in positions as well. I don't remember. Is he a point guard? I don't remember him being. They list him as a point guard there. I thought he was like a 2 or 3. They list him as a point guard. Oh, they list him as forward there. I swear they just said point guard on the broadcast. Good defender, whatever he is. Heading to commercial now. It's got to feel like a little bit awkward in that room. It's got to be like pretty quiet in there. I don't know. It looks a little awkward in there. I don't know, that's just me. Well, one that's tough to pronounce is Kasparas Yakutionis. How would you pronounce Kasparas Yakutionis if you didn't know? I would say Kasparas instead of Kasparas. How would I pronounce it? I mean, I know how to say it. I would probably say Yakucionis or something. I don't know. That's got to be like the toughest one from the first round. Or Con Knipple. How the fuck is that pronounced Knipple? That is Con Canoopel, man. Can't wait to hear Shaq and Barkley try to pronounce it. Dude, they don't have to worry about these names. They're not even going to fucking know who these guys are. They ain't going to be watching the games. I will never forget Ernie threw it to Shaq. And he said, Shaq, you've got your eyes on Pascal. And Shaq's like, no, Ernie, I got my eyes on Siakam. Like, yeah, Pascal Siakam. Oh, that's his first name. I had no idea. I didn't know. Like, you know, like an all-star. You don't know the NBA All-Star's first fucking name? It'll be tough to show up and not get selected in the second round. I mean, it happens. It has to happen, doesn't it? You know, Fred VanVleet hosted a draft party, didn't get selected, famously, right? You know, you just you let it fuel you. It's probably upsetting. It's probably embarrassing a little bit. I mean, last year it was probably embarrassing. Kyle Filipowski got a green room invite and didn't even get selected in the first round. Why did he drop so far? I don't really know. I haven't heard anything to suggest why. It's just a case of teams liked other players more than him. There doesn't seem to be any issue we weren't aware of. I'm not sure. Is it the fear of like a guard who's not like a super efficient three-point shooter? I don't know. People still say Van Fleet. They do say Van Fleet, yeah. Oh no, it is Con Knipple. I'm just saying it's spelt Canoopel. It's just strange that like how the hell is that pronounced Knipple? Wow, Spike Lee at the second round. Look at that. Nice hat. Raptors drafted some tough names last year. I mean, Jamal Shed is spelled Sheed. Jonathan Mobo is spelled Jonathan Mogbo. Those are some tough. Ulrich Chomsche. I mean, forget about that. Ulrich Chomchi. It's pronounced Ulrich Chomsche. That's another tough one. Don't let Masai make this pick. One of the like most well-known front offices at finding talent in the draft. Don't let them make this pick. Nope. Pretty much use the draft to cultivate an NBA champion. No free agent help, just draft picks and trades. Don't let that front office make this pick. They don't know what they're doing. I always do find that strange. Also, like the notion that Masai Ujiri always drafts like African players. We got to put that to bed. I mean, we got to put that to bed. Like, who has he drafted out of Africa? He's drafted Koloko, who was like a very sound pick that didn't work out for health reasons. Siakam, who was an amazing pick, 34th pick. Charlotte. All right, so they go with Ryan Kalkbrenner. They go with the center that some of you were mentioning. I guess they took Shamshay as well, but like, I don't know. I think if there was an African bias from Masai Ujiri, then Common Malawach would have been a Raptor yesterday. I believe in Masai. Watch the video of the Heat announcer trying to pronounce Giannis Antetokounmpo when Giannis was a rookie. Sure, let's see if I can find it. All right, I think I've got a TikTok of it. Let me see if I can get it for you guys to hear. I mean, even I can't hear it right now. Fucking TikTok on desktop is horrendous, isn't it? Oh, here we go. You guys can't hear that. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh my God. God fucking TikTok is a disaster on desktop, man. All right, how do I get this to play for you guys? It's supposed to be working now. All right, let me try one thing here. Must be this. Let's see if this works. Yes, here's the problem. Here is the problem.
What the Clippers did this year could make.
Alrighty. Okay. Here is how the Heat announcer pronounced Giannis.
Antetokounmpo for three.
Antetokounmpo. Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. See, I was on local cable and I took some time to ask how to pronounce a name. How is this man fucking on national television not having this figured out? Come on, man.
Daryl Morey, their team president, talked last night about how after drafting VJ Edgecombe, he felt like they had one of the best backcourts in the league.
Am I back playing? Sorry, yes, I played all of last year. I have been playing quite a bit this year. I play every Wednesday and Sunday. It's been pretty rough as far as my health is concerned. I've been dealing with a lot of like niggling injuries. My knee is bugging me a lot. I'm back to my big brace for soccer. I was on my sleeve for a while. Now I'm back to the big brace. My back has been really bad this year. Getting better the last couple weeks. My hip has been really bugging me lately. It's been a mess.
I mean, especially because we talked about it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, now he's a household name, Giannis. It's hey, it's a testament how good you are of a player if everyone knows how to pronounce your funky name.
Draft last night, and then Quentin Grimes during the trade deadline. Certainly, yeah.
Remember the Raptors to make a YouTube video on how to say Jonas.
The downside, it might cost you Gershon Yabusele, who's an unrestricted free agent.
Good call. You don't want to get YouTube on my ass. All right, got that solved at least. All right, pick 35 on the way. This is the 76ers using their own pick. So we'll see who they go with here. They could use some depth, I think. So this could be something they go for. Do I think the Raps draft Kobe Bray? Is that how you say it? Another shooting guard. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they got to go for talent. When is our pick? We are drafting 39th overall. Would I re-sign Chris Boucher? Whatever, no matter what my answer is, the Raptors are completely incapable of re-signing him. No cap space. But no, like I wouldn't have re-signed him anyways. Awesome. The guy who never plays any minutes. Spend money on him. Like, no. At least no fucking Stephen A. Smith on the broadcast today. I mean, Jay Bilas, like, why was he not on yesterday? He's on in hospital. Well, maybe it's a good thing, because I don't want him here today. The second round is more intense than the first. I mean, not really. Like, jobs are lost over bad first-round picks. I wouldn't necessarily say the same about second-round picks. All right, pick is in. 35th overall. Let's see who it is. 76ers select. So they go with Broom. Broom would have been a potentially interesting one for the Raptors to get, but he goes to the 76ers, who add on a bit of talent there, a bit of senior talent there. Mavs are stacked. Not without Kyrie, bro. I wouldn't call them stacked. Maybe the year after. They might get another good draft pick. Is it still every 5 minutes? It's actually every 4 minutes, it seems, this for the second round. I really like the draft hats this year. Nice and simple. I like it. How did Detroit get our second round pick? We traded it. No, I forget. I actually forget. Anybody have info on how Detroit got the second round pick? We have a second round pick, yes, that we received from Portland. We received from Sacramento via Portland in the Davion Mitchell trade last year. The the very famous Jaden McDaniels trade. I forget how Detroit got our pick. Let me see. Toronto Raptors. Does this have information on how it got traded there? No. The Spurs, it was traded to the Spurs. The Spurs traded to Detroit. What did we trade it to the Spurs with? Which Spurs trade? We've done a lot of shit with them. In 2023 to get Jakob. Right. Makes sense. I mean, it could have been for the Yak. It could have been for Thad. They like getting good deals out of us. I have no strong opinion on the second round for who I want the Raptors to get. I get no strong opinion. No idea. The OG trade. No, it wasn't. We received Detroit's second round pick from last year in the OG trade, but not this pick you are referencing. 36th overall pick. Apparently, the Lakers have just traded for this pick. Adu Thero heading to the Los Angeles Lakers. He's probably on the phone with them right now. It's cool for these second round picks to get their moment like this. Congratulations to Thero. Lakers go for athletic switchable forward with this spot. Big wingspan. So apparently the Lakers just traded for this pick from Minnesota. I thought this was Brooklyn's pick. How did Minnesota get this pick? So Brooklyn traded it to Minnesota recently, and then the Lakers just acquired it just now. Long athletic player. I mean, if the Raptors had drafted it, there would have been it would have been a travesty that they picked another one. Hey, man, the Raptors have a good track record with those types. So, long, athletic, two-way guys. So, why not give yourselves more chances to strike gold on one? Need two more teams to pass on Maxime Reynaud. Another center to potentially drop us in. Big time shooter as a 7-footer. I don't know, man. Not Raptors' typical MO to draft a guy who's not sound defensively. Raptors draft defense and teach offense. They don't do the other way around. Shout out God for getting all these guys drafted. All right, two more picks, then the Raptors are up at 39. Detroit up next with our pick. They acquired through the Spurs, who acquired it through us and the Jakob Poeltl trade. So Pistons, they better not steal one of our guys. Yeah, center would be cool, but Raptors, they're drafting for talent. And if it's a center, so be it. If it's not a center, they are completely fine taking any position here. Okay, I'm going to run to the bathroom quickly while it's on commercial. When I come back, we'll have picked 37-38, and then the Raptors at 39. While I'm gone, smash that like button. We got 44 likes here despite having 130 people watching. So let's hit that like button, drive us up the YouTube algorithm before our pick. I'll be right back. All right. I don't know who our guy is. We'll find out soon. I apologize, guys. I'm not equipped with the info on this one today. I unfortunately wasn't able to do my homework on this one. I'm not hoping for anybody. I'm allow the front office to do their business here. I got no opinion. I apologize, guys, but work is a little hectic this year. Life is really hectic this year. I wasn't able to do my second round homework. I put all my focus in the first round, and I put a lot less focus in the first round than I have done in previous years. France is starting to build, man. They got some. Like, I mean, they got Wemby, of course, already. They've got some prospects creeping in, man. Like Noah Esangay as well. There's other guys. There's like 4 Frenchmen who've been drafted already this year. Yeah, man. There's look out for the Frenchmen. They were silver medalists at the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. Did they finish silver? Were they bronze? Did Serbia go to the silver? I'm not sure. They were medalists, I'm pretty sure. Damn, Summer League is about to start already, eh? That's quick. Pistons on commercial break made their selection at 37. They go for, who is that? Chaz Lanier. So going for a guy who can knock down some threes as a 2. I will be a little upset if we make our selection during a commercial break. Tyrese Proctor's on your radar. Bigger point guard. Perhaps. Could go for somebody like Amari Williams, another center option for the Raptors. What is he? He's like solid playmaker as a C. Not typical for Raptors to go for. Not typical for the Raptors to go for a guy who can't defend. So we'll see. Okay, so the San Antonio Spurs at 38 go with Cam Jones at this spot, a guard. So for the people still vying to find a backup center for the Raptors, the 39th overall pick, if the Raptors were interested in a center right now, the Spurs have not taken that center away from us. So player that some guys have mentioned in the chat are the Raptors looking at Maxime Reynaud at this spot, had some first-round pick potential. Are they looking at any other potential centers? Rocco Zikarsky, that's how you say it. Some options here. Yes, a center is still needed for the Raptors, but like Bobby Webster said yesterday after selecting Colin Murray-Boyles, the Raptors are in talent acquisition mode. They are drafting for the best available player. They are not worried about fit. If they are worried about fit, Common Malawach would have probably been selected by the Raptors yesterday at 9th overall. They're not worried about that. They're worried about best talent. So we'll see who they look for in this spot. That Cam Jones pick, selected by the Spurs for the Indiana Pacers. My apologies. Indiana getting that pick there. So let's see where the Raptors go here. 3:30 on the clock for them to make a decision. A lot of different ways the Raps can go about this one. So quite a few of the centers available here that people have mentioned in the chat. A lot of them not super sound defensively. Not saying that like it's a horrible thing, but it's not typically Toronto's MO to go for a center or any position really where they they did draft Grady Dick respectfully. Not the Raptors' typical MO to go for a player, especially in these areas, that's not going to be a sound defender. And if they go for a center, they've often looked for one that has a little bit more switchability. Like even Christian Koloko, they mentioned right away they were looking forward to see the switchability progress as a defender. Now, obviously, he's not with the team anymore, and we wouldn't be maybe in as much of a situation to need a center. But it would not shock me if the Raptors did not go for a center in this position here. We will see. They do have Ulrich Shamche in the pipeline, so they've got the opportunity to wait out on him potentially for development. So I don't see a need to chase a center here. Go for a player you think is the best chance of being able to provide something for this team. Maybe not even quite this year, but maybe down the line as well. We'll see. Colin now with all due respect, I don't imagine Colin Castleton is making the roster. We'll see. And if he does, I don't envision a big role for him. I don't think there's going to be space for Castleton. Look, good luck to him. Be great if he came along, but no, I'm not buying into that at all. I was reclining in the chair, closed my eyes, had a nice power nap. Well, you're up just in time for the Raptors at pick number 39. Koloko, yes, still with the Lakers. Kind of sad he went there and didn't have a role at all. Felt like he would have gotten one if he had stayed with the Raptors. But we left ourselves susceptible to him leaving, when we waived him and everything. All right, the pick is in for the Toronto Raptors. 50 seconds on the clock. We'll see if they may just go early, but 50 seconds before Mark Tatum comes out to announce the selection. So, Maxime Reynaud, Tyrese Proctor, Markovic, couple of guys that the Raptors could be interested in here. Proctor, a bigger guard. Reynaud, 7-foot center with a lot of scoring pedigree, especially as a shooter, despite being 7 feet tall. Same for Markovic, 6'11", good shooter, but those two bigs, not great defenders, so it's not really in Toronto's typical. It wouldn't be typical Toronto fashion to go for a player like that. So we'll see. Let's see who the Raptors are going with. Mark Tatum walking out to announce the 39th overall pick for the Raptors. Oh. The Raptors select. All right. The Raptors go for a guard. They go for Elijah Martin. Is he smiling? Is he upset? What's the reaction? He smiled a little bit, but he's not jumping for joy. I don't know, Raptors fans. Is that enough of a reaction from him? Or are we going to spam his Instagram comments with trade this guy? So, Toronto go with Elijah Martin. Not super atypical for the Raptors to go in this direction. They go for a senior out of Florida, 23 and a half years old. So a much more polished product to take in this position, and a player in Elijah Martin here who has had success playing in NCAA with a little bit of Florida Atlantic, transferred over to Florida, done enough there to get himself into draft consideration, ends up with the Raptors here. So we'll see. Some good defensive stuff from him. Some good toughness out of him. That's often what the Raptors have looked for in this position. But a little bit undersized. So especially for somebody who's been listed as a 2-guard in college. So maybe a little bit more as a point guard here. 6'3" with a 6'7.5" wingspan. Let me hear what he has to say here. Yeah, that's right. Champion with Florida last season, which probably got him into these considerations to be selected here. Yeah, the Raptors, like especially with the second round as of late, you look at Jamal Shead and the way they talked about drafting Jamal Shead last season. They're looking for a certain element of mentality to go in these spots. They're looking for the certain sort of mentality to bring into the team. That winning mentality, that gritty mentality. Somebody's going to work for everything in the NBA. Somebody can provide something on the defensive end in the NBA as well. So they're going to go for Elijah Martin here. And honestly, for a lot of guys that are selected in the second round, you do have to feel like Toronto is one of the better destinations to fall. As long as you put your nationality bias aside here. The Raptors have had a long track record of success with development projects, particularly coming out of the Raptors 905. Somebody that is excellent about the Raptors 905, it is that their facilities are like a half-hour drive away from the OVO Athletic Center. So you're able to do a lot of work with the Raptors in the NBA. You're able to do a lot of work with the Raptors 905 in Mississauga. Oftentimes you're able to do double duty. So we'll see what sort of role Elijah Martin can carve out for himself, because Jamal Shead was a bit of an undersized guard when the Raptors drafted him. We wondered, if he would be a guy getting a lot of G League minutes. Turned out he didn't get any G League minutes because the Raptors needed him in the NBA. They needed some additional help. So if Elijah Martin can come in, show that resilience, show that toughness, show that winning mentality, we'll see if he is able to win over any minutes. The Raptors bench is a little bit more filled going into this season than it was last season. Such a little bit of a tall task. But, there's room for lengthy players in these spots. So perhaps we could see him get some point guard minutes for the Raptors. Perhaps, some of the shooting can help if he can sharpen that up a little bit more, shooting 35% from three in his final college season. But the Raptors aren't afraid to take polished products here. They just want to take the best player available. And in this case, they thought it was Elijah Martin. So congratulations to him. 5-year college player, worked very, very hard, it seems, to get to this position, to be able to have his name called on draft night. So for a guy that's willing to graft and fight to get to a point where somebody's announcing his name on draft night, you got to give props to that. So the Raptors, again, fortifying that winning mentality and trying to really instill that winning culture. I think they've got a player here, it seems, who is going to be able to help them do that out the gate. And maybe some time with 905. But, hey, we'll see. Maybe some time in the NBA as well. What do we think, everybody? Raptors have no power forwards. I mean, I saw a lot of people bitching about them drafting one yesterday. Apparently, they have way too many forwards. I don't really know, because, Elijah Martin is listed as a shooting guard here. He's listed as a guard, listed as a shooting guard, it seems, for college. In the NBA, I wonder if he's gonna have to just play the one, because that size of the two, I don't know. I mean, the wingspan makes up for it, but the size there, we'll just have to wait and see. But solid scorer, defensive player. We'll see how it goes. National champion. You don't find those every day. So they got a winner here. What's my man's true shooting percentage? 57.6. Yeah. Solid numbers. I can get behind this. You know why the Raps didn't pick Malawatch? Because they thought murray-boyles is better. Pretty simple. So I'm trying to see what's let's look at the shooting guard. I want to know if he has any point guard capabilities, because I'm just wondering about the height as a shooting guard. Good for him, though. I mean, it's always nice to see stories like this. The people who fight to get into the lead. They got that toughness. I mean, even if, like, we got big players. Even if he's playing as a 2. Defensively, he can be a point of attack defender in some areas. Seems like a fine pick for number 39 for the Raptors. Where's the big fish? Obviously not in the fucking second round of the draft. What are we talking about, man? So, Raptors once again betting on defense, betting on toughness here, looks like. Excited to see what Bobby Webster will have to say about this one. How are we feeling? I mean, guard depth isn't a bad thing to have either. I don't think that was on their mind, but guard depth is a good thing to have for the Raptors as well. Quickly had a bit of issues with injuries last season. Yeah, it's fine. Glasses are nice. I do. Should I go for some clear frames on my glasses? Yeah, we have a decent track record on second-round picks. So, again, confidence from me. Yeah, so it looks like he's just a shooting guard. So, undersized. They go with an undersized shooting guard at this pick. Toughness, grit, winning mentality, experience, defense. This is what they got here. Do we really rely on Brandon Castleton? I think you're mixing up Brandon Carlson and Colin Castleton, but Colin Castleton, I mean, they trusted Pirtle last year with a lot. They trusted Mobo a little bit. Murray-Boyles will be able to play a little bit at backup center. They've got an opportunity in free agency. I don't think they'll add, but they have an opportunity to do something in free agency, the opportunity to make some trades. But I think the reliance will be on a little bit on Mobo, a little bit on Murray-Boyles as the backup when Pirtle's not on the floor. I don't see Caston cracking rotation. Shamshay I don't think is there yet either. He's still got work to do to get there for him. Super long player, Martin, but it just seems like the Raptors are betting on mentality and defense here, which worked quite well on Jamal Shed last season. So they're able to. Think about this backup. Think about this second unit. Okay, like what would it be? You've got Jamal Shed at the 1. You've got Elijah Martin at the 2. You've got, who would be at the 3? Somebody at the 3. Ochai Agbaji at the 3. You've got Murray-Boyles at the 4 and Jonathan Mobo at the 5. We won't be scoring much, but nobody's scoring on that team. Thank you for the new subs coming in. Appreciate that. I missed the names there. We're building a defensive powerhouse here. I'm just saying, like, because Walter's not as good of a defender. I'm just saying, like, that being a defensive lineup. But Jamal Shed at the 1. Just imagining this lineup. I mean, could this be a summer league lineup? I don't know if Shed will be, but like, I don't know. I can't be with Agbaji, but like, just imagine if like maybe Jacoby Walter in there, maybe just give Jacoby the ball and let him cook. Just nobody scoring. Who are they talking to here? Oh, VJ Edgecombe. Defensive specialists, up and down, man. I mean, look, defensive lineups off the bench. You slot them in with some of the starters. Like, this is what you got. I mean, like, we just need... We've got a lot of defensive pieces off the bench. The Raptors just need to... Like, you can't have, like, that like, let's say the lineups off the bench. Like, Grady, Dick, Walter, Shed, murray-boyles, then, like, Mobo or whatever. You got to, these guys need to rotate in with the starters. Can't just be 5 on, 5 off with a 4+1 stuff, God forbid. We got to have better distribution of minutes here with these sorts of lineup. Final score 30-35, all free throws. And no, it'll be Jacoby Walter with like 1-3. A lot of defensive players here. 41st pick coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Kobe Brea, so a guy that some Raptors fans were looking at potentially coming to the team. Instead, they go with Elijah Martin, who's a little bit of a reach. I say a little bit, like it's a second round. They got the guy they wanted. Oh, I fucking. Yeah, I'm enjoying this era. It's like nice and calm, nice and casual. Nobody's yelling. We're all like, cool. This guy looks fun. We got a cool player to come into the team. Right? This is much more fun than everyone yelling all the time. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you were enjoying, you enjoyed the coverage, make sure you guys have hit the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well for Raptors content. I'll have a video coming out at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Talk about Elijah Martin, the newest Toronto Raptors player. Nice little stat pulled here from Twitter. I'll pull up. We've got Elijah Martin allowed 0.55 points per possessions when guarding pick and rolls last season for Florida. He's averaged 1 steal in 4 of his 5 college years. Dude clearly hangs his hat on defense. So another defensive piece there, which is why I wasn't sure on some of the centers that were being talked about. It's just like a guy. I didn't think they would draft a guy who's not super sound defensively. Defensive player. They're building. We're building a wall. We are not going to get scored on. We are going to keep teams under 100 points. We may not score 100 ourselves, but we're going to win with defense. This is what we're going to do. Strange that that team is led by Darko Rajakovic, but it is what it is. You know, we'll let Darko handle the offense. The players are too good defensively that he doesn't have to worry about that. We don't got to worry about Pat Delaney fucking it up on that in the court or something, you know? I would wager they probably feel pretty confident with the center rotation right now. I'm sure they'll like look around, but I don't think the priority right now, like I can live with Pirtle, Bobo, murray-boyles sharing center minutes. Shamshay, you know, if he slips in, I don't know. I don't think so. Defensive schemes, just go have fun. That might work. What was I talking about? The center. I'm comfortable with it just because Maxime Reynaud selected here, 42nd. Like I said, it'd be nice to have a backup center, but like I'm sure they feel murray-boyles provides versatility there, as does Jonathan Mobo. So I think having like murray-boyles and Jonathan Mobo playing together will be like pretty fun combo to have down low. Might be some fun lines with them two involved. So, I don't know. We just don't have the resources to get a big. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't pick up a big. Raptors, like I say, they're always drafting for talent, and they've identified Martin here. They've reached a little bit to get him because that's the guy they wanted. And he's got some shooting pedigree. I projected NBA 3-point percentage, I'd say we are probably looking in the range of like upper mid 30s, like 36 plus, based on what he did in college. So definitely has a little bit of shooting pedigree to go with it. A little bit of 3-and-D at shooting guard. I don't know. They're betting on the toughness and defense, as they have done and will continue to do with this front office. And they've made a lot of good bets there. Malik fucking Williams. What the fuck is Malik Williams up to these days, you think? Is he still with the Sioux Falls Force? He might be. The issue with Reyno is just the defense. I didn't think that the Raptors would draft a center who's not sound defensively. Malik Williams. Yes, he plays the Sioux Falls Skyforce in the NBA G League. How many roster spots? I'm not sure, actually. Still waive guys. There's still flexibility right now. They can still waive guys. We're getting Akil Alexander-Walker. We don't have the facilities for that, big man. We don't have any money. We got no money to spend. Let alone a player as good as Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We do not have the money for this to happen, this transaction to happen. Season starts usually late October, around the 23rd of October or something. That's the typical start date for the NBA season. I would assume Thursday we'd start. I'm going to assume October 22nd is when the NBA season will start. They are filled with murray-boyles, Lawson, Cass made up 13-14. Marchand is probably 2, unless we waive one of Cass and Lawson. So he might be a 2-way. Could sign this on a 2-way. Summer League, I'm really excited to watch both these guys. Murray-Boyles' creation is going to be self-creation, going to be really put to the test. I guess there is something to be said. Elijah Martin shot 35% on threes in college, which isn't anything to lose your mind over. But also 5 seasons shooting like that. So a very large sample size of being able to produce from the 3-point line. So shooting and defense is 2 good things to have, and it gives yourself a decently high floor to work with. I like it. A little undersized, but the wingspan should wake up for it. Market doesn't seem good for RJ. No, not really. I don't think he'll get traded. A lot of players vying for minutes here. I think in the end, Elijah Martin just has to go to the G League. There's just no spots for him. I don't believe Proctor has been drafted yet. We don't have any more picks. I will be heading out probably shortly to finish up my work for the day. Unless you want me to finish up my work while I'm still live. All right, I'll start a poll. Should I end the live so I can do my work or work while I'm live. Stay on the live. Not much talking. End the live. Do your work. All right, you let me know. What do you want me to do? I got to do some work. I can do it right now with you guys, or I can look. You can say end the live. That's fine. I will happily just go do my work, and then get working on the video. If you want me to just hang around, answer some questions, then you let me know. Do we need Proctor? We don't have any more picks. My concern is last year I ended the live and then they traded for the 57th overall pick and drafted Ulrich Champche. So that's the problem. I will let the people do the talking with the votes. We got 8-4 in favor of staying on the live while I work. Raptors should be in the mix for the playoffs this year. Still think they're going to have to work hard to... I still think they're going to have to work hard to get a top 6 seed, even in a pretty open East. So, hopefully they can get... hopefully they can get top 6. All right, the poll, I'll leave it up for another minute. I will go off the poll. If you want me to stay live, I'll stay live. If you want me to go, I won't feel embarrassed. You know, I won't be upset. In fact, it'd be nice to just do some work. But, hey, I'll stay on and hang out. Just in case the Raptors trade back in. So it should need more than just top 5, even more than a 5. So this should be good. Plus, please God be a good team. We'll see. I'm excited. I want to see these guys in Summer League. I want to see these guys. I want to get to the season. I'm excited. Yeah, I want to go on vacation first. Then I want to see. I am going on vacation soon. Looks like the Wizards just got a big defender at number 43. Do I think Masai is washed? No. All right, ending the poll. The people have spoken. I'm not fucking leaving. We had just enough to say stay on the live, so we're going to keep going. All right, shit. All right, I'm literally doing my job now. I'll answer some questions as I peek over, but I also need to accomplish my job right now. And then when the draft is over, I got to do a video. I don't think Masai's going anywhere this year. End of this year, we'll see, because his contract's up end of the year. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced he's going to stick around. And I'm sorry. I believe he'll want to stick around. I'm not convinced that ownership is going to bring him back. That's the thing. If you see me typing, it's because I literally am working. Yeah, I'm feeling good, you know? The Raptors got some gritty players. I mean, they're going to be fun to watch on defense. On offense, I mean, look, Elijah Martin can shoot, so we'll see. I think the concern from the front office regarding Masai Ujiri is that Ed Rogers has said it in the past. He feels like he's too expensive. And they feel like somebody can do a similar job for a much cheaper contract, which at least has some degree of truth, because Masai is expensive, but I mean, I think Masai does so much great work for the team. He's so well respected. I think it's worth it to pay him and keep him. So currently, I am writing the description for a show that I recorded earlier for work. That's why I'm typing a bunch. We have a great track record in the draft. Absolutely. A lot of scoring punch. We got a lot of defense coming off the bench. I see the vision. I see the vision. We'll see if it's able to come off this season this quickly, though. $12 more subs to 18.5K. Let's go. Not the best time to sell the channel, but if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you do smash that like button. Subscribe. Sumaya, one of our amazing members, says we're getting close to 18.5K. Now, the lofty goal is still 20K in 2025. I'm not sure we're going to be able to hit that. We hit 18K right before the New Year's. Then we went down to 17.9 because I got hacked. Then we went back up to 18K. We're at 18.5 or so now. We're about halfway through the year. Not on pace for the 20K, but hey, maybe we blow up in the summer. Who knows? Let's keep on fighting. Let's try and do this. What time is it? Have I really been live for almost 2 hours? Wow. Who is hungry? All right, next piece of work. I need to go through the show I did earlier and timestamp everything. So this is fun, tedious work. Yeah, this is the part where I'm really doing my work. I'm gonna try to look at a little bit of chat at a time. Keep pushing. IG, Twitter, TikTok. Honestly, I've really given up on TikTok and Instagram. Just I don't have time. I wasn't seeing results. Like my TikToks were getting views, but like weren't really helping the follower count, which was frustrating. It was like what I was like, what am I doing wrong here? I have no idea. I don't know. We'll see if I fire it up. I need to come up with a content strategy for TikTok and Instagram that does not require, like, basically doesn't require a lot of effort. Because I was putting in a lot of effort to those videos. They were getting like decent views, but they just weren't turning the views into followers. So ended up kind of passing up on that. I'm at a good spot where like I'm enjoying the workload right now. It's not too strenuous. We'll see. Twitter, I'm very active on Twitter. Very active with my personal brand. So going to keep pushing on Twitter for sure. Rocco Zakarski just got drafted. Is that Jonathan Gavoni I hear? I believe it is. From the... Oh, sorry. God, my eyes suck. I can't even read this on my second screen. Shout out from the Philippines. Raptors go. Thank you so much. VJAS TV, VJAS TV. Philippines is one of the top 5 countries of viewership for this channel. Obviously, the juggernauts are Canada, USA, but Philippines is top 5. Thank you so much for watching all the way from the Philippines. What is my day job? I am a host. I am a producer, an editor for a company called The Hammer. We do sports betting content. I was hosting a show earlier today. Now I'm uploading it right now to YouTube. And I'm just working on the description and timestamps right now to get that video posted to YouTube. That is what I'm currently doing. Thank you for the new sub. I didn't see the new sub. Eli Double seems to be the recent sub. Thank you so much, Eli Double, for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Hour Army. So I'm literally just going through the recording we did, and I'm time-stamping when we got to different topics, because it's like an hour show we did. $9:30, good night, man. 9:30? You're an old man. You go to bed at 9:30. I'm going to be up till like 1 a.m. Talk about Elijah Martin. Make sure you guys stay tuned. 8 a.m. I'll do a full breakdown on Elijah Martin, the newest selection by the Toronto Raptors. I'm basically worried about the Raptors trading and then me missing that pick for a second consecutive year right now, because that happened last year. What time do people go to bed? I'm a little all over the place. Some days, like 10:30, I'm wiped. I mean, usually by 11. I wake up around like 8 o'clock most mornings. Weekdays, I'm trying to be in bed, but I guess I get decent sleep. I used to go to gym Monday, Wednesday mornings at 7, so I used to wake up at like 5:30 for that. That was tough. I need to start doing more, though. Only takes one viral clip on TikTok. I mean, I have a couple, like viral-ish, like over 100,000, but I don't know. It's just a lot of work. I wasn't seeing a lot of rewards, so I just decided to stop with the TikTok just because it's hard. It's hard enough as it is to juggle. It's hard enough to get the YouTube videos out. It was just like it was turning into a bit of a chore to do the content. I'm at a good level right now where I'm comfortable with the amount of content I'm doing. I'm enjoying the content. I don't feel like I'm doing too much. The TikTok, I enjoy making YouTube videos. I did not enjoy making TikToks. I think that was the biggest thing. I just simply was not enjoying it. Usually around 11 p.m. If I rave, then I go to bed around 2 or 3 a.m. Well, yeah, if I'm out perusing the streets of downtown Toronto, I'm not in bed by 11. That is for sure. I'm not a late partier though. There are people who like, man, like, I'm, like, getting in as their night starting. Like, I'm winding down. You know, it's like sometimes maybe it's 11. I'm at the last bar getting the last few drinks in, and there's people getting dropped off in Ubers, like King West, and their night's just getting started. I have no idea how they do that. What's the difference? Why do TikToks suck? For TikToks, a lot more editing. I'm on like a time constriction. I guess part of it as well is like when I'm done editing a YouTube video, I don't want to have to go back and edit more to make a TikTok out of it type thing. And then the editing there is a lot. There's a lot more editing that goes into the way I was doing my TikToks. I don't know, maybe I don't know, I just wasn't seeing enough of result there. Yeah. No kidding. Partying downtown is dangerous than before. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any issues. All right, doing my best to juggle this. Timestamps are just tedious. There could be prospects that may or may not get drafted. Could be picked up undrafted players. Hopefully we can grab an undrafted. Yeah, you're right, actually. The Raptors will probably look at the undrafted free agent market as they typically do after this. I kind of forgot about that a little bit. Last year, Brandon Carlson was their undrafted free agent. NBA champion, Brandon Carlson. How about that? NBA champion year one. Funny how it all works out. And they didn't win the championship because they had Brandon Carlson, by the way. Was a mere just rostered player. But hey, NBA champion, they can never take it away from him. Sorry, I fucked someone up here. Who is this talking? Serbian guy. Oh, Markovic. That's the guy that some people are telling me about. The 6'11" power forward who can shoot. Can't play defense, but Raptors took best player available at 9. So they don't worry about fit. It's always talent over fit until they actually do it. And it's like, hey, why don't we draft this position? Don't go to your... Well, I'm at King West usually. I don't like this year's draft. I like both picks. Yeah, undrafted. I just got off work. What's up? How's the second round looking? I like the guy we got, Elijah Martin, at 39th overall. Other than that, just kind of waiting to see if the Raptors jump back in for something. You guys got to let me know if they do that, because I'm locked into this work right now. What is all this noise? This guy's got a lot of people there. My eyes suck, man. I envy people with good eyesight. Don't need contacts or glasses. I don't know if you're enjoying this, but I'm good to hang out. All right, gotta. Oh, I forgot to fucking upload this somewhere. Oh, what an idiot. What a fucking idiot I am. I didn't upload it to podcast. I gotta wait for that to load later. Will Colin Murray-Boyles rotate with Mo? We'll see. I would say as of right now, it's looking like Murray-Boyles is better than Mobo, so I don't think so. Do I think RJ will be on the roster? I do. I don't think the Raptors will feel like they're getting enough value out of trading him to warrant trading him. I don't think they're going to get a trade they like enough to do it. I think they're going to shop him. I think they're going to see what's out there. But ultimately, I don't think they're going to find something they like. Somebody's dad is happy there. Oh, my dog is in. What you doing in here? I just saw a stat that said 25 of the first-round picks were born after LeBron got drafted. Man. We are getting old, aren't we? What is Colin Murray-Boyles' ceiling? Kawhi Leonard. Sure, let's go Kawhi Leonard. Why not? I, for the first time, peep comment highlights besides watching some Duke games, and I honestly feel like Colin Murray-Boyles is the better player. Great potential for Common, though. Maybe he is. We'll wait and see. I like how it seems more people are coming around on it, though. Hey, there's potential there. I'm happy. But ceiling, I mean, if the three-point shot comes, I mean, if he gets like a dynamite three-point shot, oh my goodness. It's an exciting possibility for what he can achieve in the NBA. There's no doubt about that. That is, I mean, for a lot of players, you can say the same thing. That is the swing factor. That is what's going to take, like, the game to, like, multiple levels up. Because it just makes every other part of your game easier when you've got that. When you've got that outside threat. Yeah, a lot of, like, solid talent. Like, nobody that's quite, like, pushing the limits from the bench right now in a way where I'm like, we, like, killer player off the bench. But a lot of guys who, you're right, have kind of provided us the ability to step up into those bigger roles. Like, it's open for a guy to take that next step. And whoever does take that next step has a solidified role ready to go for them. So that's that is an interesting one to note. right. How much do I got left? I don't think I've got a lot of this to go. Damn. They're going through some pretty elite second-round picks. None more elite than the MVP, Nikola Jokic, 3-time MVP. Tyrese Proctor just got selected by the Cavaliers. Oh, yeah, the Cavaliers. Cavaliers is like the Tyrese Proctor. So 49th overall. Some people were looking at it potentially at 39. Giannis, according to Shams, Giannis is closely analyzing the Bucks draft tonight. So they've got Markovic, the 6'11" shooter today. Maybe that's a little bit of spacing help. Is that enough for Giannis to like and say, okay, I can vibe with this? I don't know. Apparently there is a role for Tyrese Proctor on the Cavs next season. We got a lot of wings, yeah. No doubt about it. Plenty of wings, plenty of rotation, plenty of talent available defensively. Who will emerge as that offensive threat from those guys? Who will develop? Who will get to the next level of those spots? Big questions to have answered. James Borrego going to interview for the Knicks. That would be, I mean, what a job that'd be for him. He's been out of head coaching for a while since the Hornets, I think, let him go. And the Hornets have gone on the tube since he left. They actually, the Hornets were like a play-in team 3 years in a row, and they fired him, and they've been shit ever since. Door's really open. Let me close this. I think I'm done my work. I didn't have a lot to do. I did most of it before. I got a little bit after, but I need something to just load here. I think I'm good to go to finish strong with this stream. Let's lock in. Hey, if you haven't hit that like button so far, make sure you do smash that like button. Let's try to get to 100. We may fall just short, but let's make an attempt to get to 100 here. First Nevada draft pick since Jalen Harris. Toronto's 59th overall pick in 2020. How about that? How about that? Are we going to be good next year? Define good. Will we win more games than we lose? Maybe. Hopefully. I mean, it's kind of tough. We'll see. I think their over-under will probably be set at... Probably will only be like 38, 39, to be honest. Damn, Spike was all pumped. The guy was drafted in New York Knicks, and then he got traded to the Clippers. So it looks like the Clippers wanted him at 51, and then the Knicks took him, so they went, something like that. God, free agency in 4 days. I'm going to be here. That's going to be another big day for the stream, for the channel. I'll be live. That's a Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be live. Actually, does it start Monday? I'm gonna be really pissed if it starts on Monday. Cause I have so much work on Monday. I don't even know if I can stream. When does NBA free agency start? Oh, it's July 6th? July 6th? At 12 p.m. Eastern? Oh, no, but they're able to... Okay, it's June 30th. It's June 30th. June 6th is like the official signing date, but June 30th they're allowed to like break the news and stuff. June 30th. Okay, I'm trying to find the start time for NBA for 6 p.m. Eastern, Monday, June 30th. I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen, everybody. I'll make it happen. I'll be live on Monday. I gotta make it happen. Oh fuck! I got so much fucking work on Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it. I'd be really surprised if our over/under was higher than 40. To be honest. I just googled our picks throughout years: McGrady, DeRozan, Pirtle, Colin, motherfucking Murray-Boyles. Historic picks tonight. Hey, we'll see if he stacks up to the talent we have there. Let's hope the player's still on the list. This is never Raptors. I mean, not really. Wouldn't call it a now or never. They don't have if they don't make playoffs this year, like not like they're gonna explode or something. The free agents look pretty weak. Well, you know, we don't have any money to sign any of them anyways, so. What are I doing at center? Which is good, but I have so much fucking work to do. Hopefully I'm in bed before 3 a.m. today. I was up till 3 a.m. doing the Murray-Boyles video. I should be good by 1, and then I have a meeting from 9 to 12 with work, which is not fun. Yeah, Perkins said top 6 in the East, which makes me think now we're fuck. Now we're not going to get top 6 team. If Perkins says it, we're fucked. If Perkins had said Raptors will not be a top 6 team, I'd be like, yes, we're going to be top 6. Andy Zhang says, what are we doing with our center position? Only Pirtle. What did we do with our center position last year? Take that part. I mean, like, Barnes is still really young. They have control of all of their first-round picks. They have Brandon Ingram for 2 years at the minimum. They've got a lot of young guys still developing. Like, there's no now or never situation for me. There's no championship or bust. Like, we'll be okay. I think we're currently at pick number 53. I'll tough it out. I'll stick through it. Let's finish through the draft. How do we get that player? What player? We have Pirtle. We have a center. Last season was the same situation. We had Pirtle. That's it. We survived a little bit. You know, they'll just rotate some guys in like Mobo and Murray-Boyles. Maybe, I don't think they'll sign one. Maybe they'll sign one. I don't think they will. But they'll try. Alex Tui to the Golden State Warriors at 52. So we're now getting to the range of the draft where you know, these guys are wondering if they're going to hear their name called at all. So we're getting into real project territory with these picks, or seniors who can impact right away. Boucher last year could fill in a bit, but he didn't. He never played, and it was a horrible rim protector anyway. Murray-Boyles can do a job there. I'm still backing Murray-Boyles to be able to do a job in those areas. Getting drafted is like a whirlwind for these guys because they do all this prep for the draft. They show up to the draft, and then that night they fly out to their new team. They got all this shit to do. Like Murray-Boyles is probably going to be in Toronto tomorrow, I would guess, at the facilities. Checking out the city. Hey, maybe I'll run into him. I got some plans. Who we get as undrafted? 5 Adam. I'm going to let you know right now, I am not locked in on the undrafted free agent market. I have no fucking clue who the Raptors are going to be looking at as an undrafted free agent. My first amateur watch on Good Spaced event. Glad you liked it, Blazer King. Thanks for hanging out. Tune in to the next one. I'll be live on Monday for the start of NBA free agency. 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably try to be live at 5:30. I'll be at work. I'll be in office that day, and I'll have to work when I get home. My Mondays are full days. Full days. Yeah, Mondays are full fucking. It's gonna be fucking horrible timing. Did I see Sam Vecini's thing on Elijah? Let me have a look. Let's see. Did he talk about? I don't see anything about Elijah Martin. So I do not see it, Phoenix. You sent it. Where? There it is. Okay. I like it. I like the pick. Oh, is it a video? All right, let's watch together, y'all. Let's watch this, everybody. Thank you, Phoenix, for sending this in. Let's give this a watch.
Martin.
Who is this?
So Elijah Martin.
No, who's
Toronto,
picking? The Raptors.
Toronto Raptors. Yep. Another one for the mock
More
draft.
views than me.
I love it. Let's
Look
go.
at you, Sam.
So Elijah Martin had an amazing workout in Toronto that I won't share all the details of, but was significantly outplayed the player that he was going against, is what I was told. Was fantastic. This is a player that, from what I understand, like Masai Ujiri has really had interest in for a little bit of time here. One of my favorites in this class, though. I have a top 40 grade on him. I had him at 37. He goes 39. I'll take this one to start here. Just an amazing blend of power and athleticism, and completely changed the tone of Florida on defense this year. He was the second best player on a national title team this year. People will bring up Alex Condon. People will bring up Tommy Houck. But Elijah Martin is the biggest.
Now that I think about it, I think I lost money on Elijah Martin in the tournament.
Reason outside of Walter Clayton that
Fuck
they won the
this guy.
title this year. He completely changed their entire tone on defense with his physicality, with his aggressiveness at the point of attack. And it's very clear with Colin Murray-Boyles and with Elijah Martin that they are trying to set a tone on defense in Toronto. Now, Elijah Martin is also a 6'2" off guard, basically.
Come on, man.
But the reason I like him is because he is super strong. He is super physical. He's a former football player. Like, that's a real thing. He is powerful. He is built like a freaking strong safety. And he is able to get around screens. He's a flexible athlete.
So he beat out somebody else in a workout, which is, man, wouldn't it be nice to know who he worked out against?
Welcome back to the 2025 NBA Draft presented by State Farm.
That'd be some fun information. Who did he go up against? We'll never know.
National champion, started his career at Belmont. Excellent shooter, very good defender. Hunter
Ryan
Salas, who
Nembhard?
started at Gonzaga and then wound up at Wake Forest.
Maybe it was, maybe it
very
wasn't.
good wing. There's still really good players available.
And then we saw also the brother of Andrew Nembhard still on the board here as well.
Best passer.
Another Zag. All right, we'll see if one of those players is the next.
Okay, where are we at? We have Tanya going from 53rd to the Jazz. We've got 6 more picks to go, everybody. Let's see if the Raptors jump in here. I would love to know who Elijah Martin beat in that, but we're not going to know.
Beef is unmatched.
Taste the Teen Burger.
I'd be a little surprised if he was in rotation right away, but surprising things have happened before.
And Exotica, an extraordinary travel crafter, made it happen.
So, hey, some pretty
at exotica.com.
Some pretty large praise.
We know that the remarkable happens when East meets West, coming alive in our shared passions
for Martin there.
Pursuits. And here in Sapporo, you too can discover the remarkable where East.
If you guys are
meets West.
enjoying, remember to hit that like button.
Hi,
Support the channel.
Sonny.
Explosion ability gets to the basket. Feels like the team wants to run in transition, score in the paint, with the addition of CMB and bringing in Brandon.
Your time is now.
Darko's always been more of a half-court type of guy. I don't really.
No one gets past this without a fight.
I don't really believe that the Raptors are targeting to score and run in transition. Darko's had teams that would have probably looked better if they did that, but he hasn't coached them in that way, so I don't know if that's going to be the direction Darko Rajakovic takes. Slightly feels like there's like a slight amount of disconnect between the way they're shaping the roster and the coach they have to coach it. Like, yeah, they're not providing him a lot of goods for spacing, but
excellence on the ice.
Like, they're getting a lot of defensive-minded pieces for a coach that's more so known for his half-court offense, right? Yeah, Vision 6'9" is alive and well, it seems, especially as the backup center. Hey, I was always, and I still maintain it could work. It just needs a certain type of point guard, and it needs a traditional big in the mix, and they've got that with Pirtle. Like, you give that team Pirtle earlier, they would have found more success. They wouldn't have broken it up.
Of all the
I will.
Welcome to Wimbledon. What a fabulous time of
I'll stay to that. I don't believe
are guaranteed.
I do not believe that Raptors would have broken it up if they had gotten Fertile 1 year earlier. Raptors haven't traded anything, no. They had Pearl in 2022. Yeah, I think they could have been.
With exclusive feeds on TSM Plus.
Timing is key. Timing is the key to everything.
Something new and unexpected always awaits. And when the plot twists,
are you trying to get Malik Monk? Apparently there's some interest. I don't really see that.
Chapter.
Really sorry.
Apology accepted.
I'm gonna go now.
The best is yet to come.
Welcome back to the second night of the 2025 NBA Draft presented by State Farm. While we were in the break, we had not one, but 2 picks selected here, starting with the Indiana Pacers.
All right.
The Indiana Pacers selected Talon Peter.
Talon Peter, don't know much about him. Lachlan Oldrich drafted to the Chicago Bulls.
Indiana Pacers.
Don't really know anything about these guys. I mean, we're in the
Los Angeles Lakers.
We're in the dungeon here.
Lachlan Oldrich has been traded here. This pick is on its way to the Chicago Bulls, Jonathan.
Malika, Lachlan Oldrich, strong, tough, skilled Australian big man with strong ball handling ability. Score inside the paint, can push off the defensive glass. He has good vision as a passer. He just won an NBL championship with the Illawarra Hawks this season. He had a great series against the Melbourne United. Now, finding more range as a shooter, proving he can defend the position, that'll be important for his NBA career. He's going to be on a 2-way contract. But, Malika, just a word on Talon Peter, who the Indiana Pacers just drafted. Wasn't in my top.
What about Giannis? Until Giannis asks to leave, he's not going anywhere.
But here's his name called at 54, led the NCAA in true shooting percentage, 33 dunks, tremendous athlete. This is why the NBA draft is beautiful, because you hear guys like Talon Peter hearing their name called in the draft also.
Jonathan, I'm so thankful you shared.
Oh, are we still live? Get a little lag
those are
here.
My favorite stories in these NBA drafts.
Little lag. Sorry if it's lagging. I got a lot of tabs open.
Your financial journey starts.
How many commercials, man? We just got back from a commercial. 4 more picks to go. I would be pretty shocked for the Raptors to jump back in on this one, but we're gonna sit through it. We're almost there. We're gonna make it because we may as well.
Whatever life you choose, gold is easy to invest in online. It could help you grow what you have and protect it. Gold. Choose your own path.
Oh my God, I've left the volume on this whole time. Why did nobody tell me? Hopefully YouTube doesn't jump on my ass. Cook the channel for that. Trade a second round of Ochai Agbaji for a proven Malik Monk. Like, okay. Like, I'll trade my Honda Civic and use Subaru for a Lamborghini. Like we can make shit up all. Like, let's just fucking trade. Why stop at Malik Monk? Trade our second round pick and Ochai Agbaji. Fuck it. Like, let's just trade him for Jokic. You ever think about that, man? Then we'd have Jokic. What are we talking? Why would the Sacramento Kings make that trade? Agbaji and a second rounder. No, that's not getting Malik Monk, who is a pretty good basketball player. Jurgen Klopp's teeth scare me, man. How they did a little too much with this guy for these Trivago commercials. Any pick happen while we're on commercial here? Nope. So we have Memphis, we've got Orlando, we've got Cleveland, and we have Houston as the final 4 picks here. Still waiting. Do the Raptors sneak in with one more? 8 more subs to 18.5. That'll be a nice milestone to hit as well. Look out for tomorrow, 8 a.m. Video coming out talking about our newest Raptor, Elijah Martin, NCAA champion with Florida last season. Raptors prioritizing grit, toughness, defense, and a little bit of shooting with this pick here. Older player, which could rub some people the wrong way, but more polished product for the Raptors. Oh. Memphis pick is in. News of this pick. So this pick by Memphis is about to get traded. So we'll see in a second where this pick is heading. Are the Raptors jumping in? Probably not. Probably not. So Orlando's picking next at 57. They actually, if I'm not mistaken, moved that pick. I believe they moved that pick. Yeah, they moved 46 and 57 to trade up to 36, was it? Or 35? Oh, 32 for Kung Fu Panda. Smile, wearing the merch today. Appreciate it. Glad you like it. I was rocking it for the video yesterday. I don't have it on me today, but glad you like it. I think it's so great. So Golden State trading for this one at 56. So Golden State have moved up from 59 to 56 here. So there's somebody they like here who was going to go ahead of them. They've moved up to get a guy they want. Tatum out here. Now it's the trade. Oh, they just always announce trades you already know about. Will Richard. Man, that pick took forever, man. Like, we're at pick 56. With all due respect to these guys who are getting their moments and everything, we got to speed this shit up. We are taking way too long to make the 56th overall pick, man. A teammate of Elijah Martin heading to Golden State. Will Richard. All right, let's move it along here, ESPN. Let's 3 more picks, and then we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't liked, make sure you do hit that like button. Two-way I mean, yeah, I guess he's right. They in this area, a lot of teams will look to sign these guys on two-way contracts, and they are correct. Oftentimes, if a player won't sign a two-way contract, they just won't draft them here. They draft somebody else. So sometimes there is talent that spills into the undrafted free agent market because they are looking for a traditional, standard contract rather than a two-way contract. So we will see who spills out into the undrafted free agent market and the Raptors end up picking one up. Do I think the state, with the state the East is in, will the Raptors be a top 3 team? No, I don't. I hope they're a top 6 team. Top 3 is a little far-fetched. I think you asked me that same question yesterday, and I said the exact same answer. Oh, a little bit of lag. Sorry. Sorry, lagging here. Oh, all right. 57th pick, Orlando at the podium. Another trade. Kyiv. Isn't it Kiev? Kyiv, Ukraine. I swear it's Kiev. Who are teams that'll be better than us? Okay, Cavaliers for sure. Knicks for sure. Pistons for sure. Magic for sure. So that's 4 already. I think the Hawks could be better than us. The Sixers could be better than us in the mix. The Celtics should probably still be somewhat in the mix. We'll see how good they are. The Heat will be in the mix. Like, there's 4 teams that are absolutely definitively going to be better than the Raptors. And then there's a lot of teams that'll be in the mix with them to get those few spots. Pistons, Magic, no way. I mean, like, if you want to lie, then we can say, sure, the Raptors will be top 3. But, like, if you're going to tell me the Pistons and Magic won't be better, then, like, this conversation isn't worth having. Are Thornton's pick any good? Nothing about him? I think so. Apparently, he had a really good workout for the Raptors that pushed him over the line. So the Raptors like what they see here. Gonna go with him. The Magic got Desmond Bane. They're gonna be really good. The Pistons are really good this year, and they're gonna get better and older. Yeah. Easy for me to say they'll be better. Like I said, I don't think the Raptors over-under will be above 40. I think like 38, 39 is probably where it'll be. If it's like 36, I mean, it won't be 36. 37.5, I'll probably play the over. 39, I'm not so sure. Any video on Saturday. So I will definitely do a video tomorrow morning. 8 a.m., I'm going to do a video about Elijah Martin, who the Raptors drafted today. I would like to do an amateur answers this week. I missed it last week because I just had way too much going on. Oh, it wasn't that. I had my editing software just like was not working for 2 days, so I couldn't get out my amateur answers video in time. I had to delay the Noah Asenge video to the Saturday. This Saturday, so tomorrow, usually I do it. I have a half day Friday with work, but I have plans Friday afternoon. I have plans tomorrow afternoon, so I don't know if I can do the video work then. And then Saturday morning, I have a brunch to go to, and then I am out all day with plans. So I'm going to try and get a amateur hour answers video out Saturday. It's possible it could be delayed to Sunday, but I do want to get reaction to the Murray-Boyles pick and the Elijah Martin pick in an amateur. So it'll either be Saturday or Sunday. That should still be coming out. But tomorrow, and then either Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, hopefully. The good thing about, like, predicting how a team will do, McLovin, is that, like, if you're old enough, you can just bet on it. So if you feel like the Raptors are going to be a top 4 team and you refuse to believe they won't be, Like, you're going to get a really good price on them to be a top 4 team. You can make a ton of money doing it. For same with you, Joey, if you believe they're a guaranteed playoff team, you can bet on them to make the playoffs. You can make a bunch of money doing this shit. Beauty of sports. If you have a strong opinion, you can just bet on it. Oh, actually, McClellan didn't say they'd be top 4. He said they'd be top 3, actually. Goran Dragic, fucking cunt. Why they got to show him? All right, no more commercials. 2 more picks. No more commercials, guys. Yeah, but like you said, like they're going to be a top 3 team, so. '58th pick, Cleveland. Saliu Niang. 58th overall. And he's there. Man, you got to be sweating while you're there. You got to be sweating while you're there in case you don't. You may not get drafted. So, has Ryan Nembhard been selected? Ryan Nembhard's still off the board. ESPN is mocked to go 59th overall, so we'll see if he does end up going there. Did any player cry when they got drafted in the 2nd round? I actually don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't recall. What beer is my favorite? There's a beer from an Ottawa brewery called Dominion City Brewing that make an IPA called Sunsplit. And when you get it fresh, it is the best beer in the world to me. The issue is at LCBOs, they sell it. The problem is if you get like an older batch, it's not that good. But when you get a fresh batch, amazing. So check the date on it when you buy it from the LCBO. One more pick to go. The pick is already in. We made it, y'all. Hey, McLovin, like I said, fucking put your money where your mouth is. You'll make some money. You probably get a really good price on it when the markets open up. I guess these players, are you allowed to just show up? They're talking about like showing out, they're putting themselves out there. I mean, like, could I show up and just say, hey, I might get drafted? I don't know. All right, last pick, and we can end this thing. Tatum heads to the podium. The final pick. Tell you what makes insane money. Betting Common Malice go 10th overall. July 10th, man. It's going to creep up and go quick. Jemai Mashak. Congrats to him. Doesn't appear as though he's present at the draft. All right. That's it. We'll see through Shams if anybody is going to get selected here. But anybody going to get signed here by the Raptors? But I'm going to do some work on the Elijah Martin video. That'll be out at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to work on an amateur answers video. That will be out. Actually, I got to wait for comments on that video. Well, that'll be 8 a.m. Yeah. Either Saturday or Sunday, hopefully. Worst case, there won't be one just because I have too much going on. But I'll try my best, and I should be able to do it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Another fun night covering the NBA draft. I'll be streaming next on Monday to cover the start of NBA free agency. Hopefully, see you.